Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Friday, the 13th of October. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. Happy Friday the 13th to you guys. Thanks for joining us. We're looking back at three more segments today that we thoroughly enjoyed the first time around. The first one being highlighting the red wolves that you can still see at Woodlands Nature Station in Cadiz, Kentucky. Now, these red wolves, they started as pups there at Woodlands Nature Station. They are full grown now, and you have a chance to see them before they are relocated to another location. Also this morning, reporter Chris Shell introduces us to a chef in Murray County who is helping others expand their palates in the kitchen, getting creative with food, and maybe finding a love for new combinations. After that, we are looking at Little Bite of Everything, not just looking at Little Bite of Everything. I got to visit Little Bite of Everything in Dickson to hear how this couple got their business started. It is a location that offers darn good chicken, tasty burgers, and other tasty treats. We have that coming up for you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Dairy Berry's Heat and Air has been proudly serving the Middle Tennessee area for over 35 years. We have been voted Sumner County's best heat and air company for the past 8 years. For outstanding service, call Dairy Berry's at 615-452-8121.
When it comes to insurance, you want a name you can trust. Wendy Danielle Stack is here to help. With over 7 years of experience, Danielle and her team are here to assist you in finding the right coverage for all of your needs. From auto and home to life and business insurance, we have customized options for everyone. We'll work with you to create a personalized plan that protects everything in your life that matters most. Call today and see for yourself why Danielle Stack is the go-to insurance agent in Clarksville.
I'm Dr. Webb. I'm the owner and operator of Webb Aesthetic Plastic Surgery here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We offer services for both men and women, breast, body, and face for both.
I meet with patients who are ready to schedule surgery. We talk about their pre-op appointments, what to expect before surgery, what to expect during and after surgery.
We graduated medical school and nursing school the same day, and I had things that I believed in and stood by that I wasn't willing to compromise on. So when he came home, we had to discuss that we were on the same page with how we treated patients and staff. We want them to feel like they're part of our family.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Football season is grilling season. The Big Green Egg is the perfect grill for everyone, from the backyard cook to the world's most acclaimed chefs. Stop at Tennessee Ace Hardware today and check out our large selection of Big Green Egg grills. It's the perfect grill for any grilling need.
This morning, we are starting off by talking about what you can take in right now at the Woodlands Nature Station. To tell us all about it, we have the lead naturalist there. We have John Polpeter with us. John, first off, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you, Stephanie. It's good to see you too.
It's never a dull moment there with you guys. And right now we get to highlight the red wolves that you have.
Yeah, we kind of had something kind of special happen last year on April 26th of 2022. We had 4 red wolf, critically endangered red wolf puppies born. And it was kind of a surprise because our male is quite old. And so it was kind of a surprise to the entire system. And so we've still been able to enjoy them as the puppies are growing and stay with their parents for about 18 months.
What happens after that 18 months?
Well, it's kind of like, humans, we after about 18 years, we start moving on and, going on to our own lives. And so that's kind of similar with the red wolves. They'll start separating from their parents and start their own packs. And so we're about to, at the end of this year, send them off to start their own families.
And where will they go at that time?
So we don't know yet. It's still being determined, but there are 50 other facilities that are around the nation that are part of this captive breeding program for this critically endangered species. Most likely ours, because they are in a display situation right now, an exhibit. They will go to another place that, like a zoo or a nature center, that they will start their own families. Some wolves in other locations that are a little bit off the beaten path tend to get released in the wild into North Carolina or Florida.
Gotcha. Oh, wow. So, okay, talk about the past then 18 months. What has this been like for all of you to be able to watch these pups grow?
Well, it's been a real exciting experience for us, of course. You know, when you see them, they weigh less than a pound. And then it's real nerve-wracking because, you know, they're so endangered that you just really hope that they live through this experience. And we've been very fortunate that all 4 of them came through to be adults now. And it's a lot of fun. They're big goofballs. They have huge ears and big feet when they're puppies. And they like to howl together. Of course, red wolves are very family-oriented. They're a pack animal. And so it's fun to see them interact with each other and see how the parents interact with each other. Like Jasper, our male wolf, is such a good dad in that when we give him meat, he will distribute it equally to all the pups and the mom. And he does that every day. Every day he does it. Make sure everybody gets a meal. And that's something that's been quite endearing to us. He's also the big protector. He'll stand out on the den while mom kind of keeps tab of them in the den themselves.
Oh my goodness. How cool it is to see that. Is there anything else about their behavior that you've watched that's been maybe surprising or that you guys didn't realize until seeing it firsthand?
The amount of roughhousing that they do on each other is pretty brutal. The fact that this should be like WWE, as they like to find the highest point in the pin and then jump on another person. So it's pretty hilarious to watch them be as roughhouse as they do.
That's funny. True siblings right there.
True siblings as well. Yeah. So, unfortunately, Dad's pretty old, and they try to do the same thing with power drive him, and he doesn't go for it.
Oh, God, if Dad could talk, if that wolf could talk. So do we get to see them, or how much longer are we able to see the wolves there before they leave you?
Absolutely. So we're going to be here. They're going to be here till the end of our season. So into November, you'll see the red wolves. During the month of October, especially the first week in October, usually when schools are on fall break, we do a whole week of what we call Wolf Week, which we do wolf programming. And that is one of the best times to be able to see them, as not only do we do a lot of fun kid programming, but we do a lot of wolf programming. And it's a little bit cooler temperature, so it's a lot nicer to come out and see them. They're starting to get their winter coats. Definitely got some time to see them before we ship them off.
What else will, I guess, round out the season for you guys that we can take part in?
So we got a number of different things, fall events coming up right now. Of course, we're in the middle of the great hummingbird migration. So we get 250 hummingbirds a day. And then as the fall comes in, we start switching to, all those kind of fall fun programs like fall edible hikes. We have our Halloween program. This year is kind of a Harry Potter theme. We have Paleontology Day in November, which we talk everything dinosaurs. And then lastly, to the end of the year, we do our Cub Scout Day, which is specific programming towards all Cub Scout packs and helping them achieve their badges and belt loops.
There is no short of fun to be had there at the Woodlands Nature Station. So once the season ends, when will it pick up again?
So we start back opening up at March 1st, but during the winter months, we do a lot of eagle tours. And so that's always a fun time to do that. But the facility itself is closed. But we are out there taking people out looking for bald eagles. In March, we start our season off with Dr. Seuss Day and have a lot of fun with that as well.
Oh, of course you do. And where can we check out all the information of what's happening there?
Sure. The easiest way to find out about all the activities we have is at www.landbetweenthelakes.us and go to our calendar events.
Oh, love it. Love it. I have to make it out there. I'd love to see the stuff that you do with the paleontology and dinosaurs and looking at that, as well as the eagle tours this time around. So I'll be reaching back out to you, John. So just to stay aware.
No problem. I'd be glad to talk to you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time. All right, stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up after this.
Beginning January 1, Delta Dental of Tennessee is introducing enhanced benefits for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
It'll include extra cleaning times for people with special needs, extra time for exams. More importantly, we will create a training program that any dentist office in the state can go online and pick that up.
At Delta Dental, we believe that the quality of oral health care should be accessible and inclusive for all.
At Chapels, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chapels, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chapels locations in Dickson, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
At Old Hickory Credit Union, we're member-owned, not-for-profit, and eager to serve our Robertson County community. Since 1934, we have strived to provide our members with a safe, reliable place to take care of all their financial needs. From checking accounts to loans to mortgages, we're here to help. Credit unions have to constantly adapt to meet the needs of an ever-changing market. However, one constant will always remain, and that is the service we provide to our members. Stop by our Greenbrier branch today.
What separates us from other companies in Tennessee, that's going to be our mission to our customers, is to always improve the quality of life. That's from taking care of your past to a friendly voice on the phone when you call, to a technician that comes out, he's competent, he's going to solve the problem for you. We're considered a full encompassing service, so we're going to take care of 50 plus different pests, and we'll always have your back.
Now we get to hear from reporter Chris Xiao as he takes us behind the apron to introduce us to Chef Carla from Lime and Loaf. There's a lot of great things going on at this restaurant. Chris Xiao has more.
Welcome to downtown Columbia. I am here at Lime and Loaf right here off of the busiest street in all of Columbia right now. It's South Garden Street. We're going to tell you about some of the coolest stuff going on in Columbia here and in southern Middle Tennessee. And today I'm joined by Chef Carla Peluso, who is doing classes here at Lime and Loaf and so much more. We're excited to talk to her as we go behind the apron. Carla, welcome. Thanks for taking some time with me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about your history, your background. What got you into wanting to cook?
Oh, wow. Well, I really didn't cook much growing up. It wasn't something I did on the regular in my family. But as I kind of started having children and being home more, and Food Network kind of was like a new thing, I got excited about it. And I thought, I'm going to give this a go. And I learned I had a knack and a desire. And so I found a local chef-owned restaurant and asked him to train me and was under him. And it was an incredible experience.
That is phenomenal.
Yes.
Most people, it's like, oh, I've been doing this since I was 5. But not you. No, you're like, hey, let's do something new as an adult.
Yes, I'm very jack of all trades in a lot of ways. So
I would have never guessed that, because you do seem like you have such an experienced, business. You have an experienced hand in doing this. So that really shocks me. And that's why I love doing this, because I learn new things about people all the time. But so as you learned, and as a mom and as a parent, you kind of learn to cook in a certain way. You've got to cook with kids around. You've got to cook for kids. Does that kind of impact your style?
That's a great question. Yeah, I'm very adaptive. So whatever kind of situation I'm in, like I'm getting ready to do sort of a fine dining 4-course meal tomorrow night. So that's going to be, a little higher end. And I love that. I can be very creative. But then I also really love teaching. So I kind of got into that about 2016. And I started with teaching kids, and I really love it. So yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. I love the experience of just getting in the zone and getting it out the door and making someone happy when they take their first bite. And I also love the experience of bringing someone into the creative process and teaching them and showing them how it's done and sort of demystifying dishes and the experience.
So that's why we're here, because you do teach classes in this space. It's a fantastic space. There's plenty of seating, and everyone can kind of see what you're doing. It's very open. So why teaching? Why is that important to you?
Oh, I don't know. There's something about watching someone come in and they're nervous, or they don't like certain foods, or they don't think they can do something, and just giving them the encouragement, the tools, the training, and watching them like create something with their own hands, and that excitement. And I love watching that process happen.
And especially with kids, that has to be unique.
It is. Kids are so great. They have so little ego, so they just really jump in. But I got to say, a lot of times the folks that come into these classes that are mostly adults, they have sort of a childlike whimsy when I kind of get them back here and we start playing with the food and just talking through it. And I love it. Love it all.
Well, it's working out. You are doing classes here on a regular basis, and you can find her with Chef Carla on Facebook. That is the best way to find that information?
Yes, or Instagram also with Chef Carla. Mm-hmm.
Well, again, what are some of the things that you are teaching here? What are some of the classes that you teach?
Sure. Well, coming up this week, actually, we're going to do a flavors of Greece. So we're going to I've kind of been doing certain regions. And then we have a Fun with Sushi coming up next month. So that'll be really fun. That'll be some knife skills, but we're really just kind of, just picking different things to put inside the sushi and just having a good time and learning and playing with it. So, yeah.
That's always fun. Sushi is so unique because you can just kind of create and then roll, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
So that's exciting. All right. Well, on top of everything else, this is just something that you do for fun. You have a full-time gig, you're in marketing, you're doing stuff, obviously content, kind of like we're creating here. And it just seems like this is something that you do for you.
Yes.
And as someone who has found a way to make money with all of my hobbies, that's such a big deal, right? Because you love this, and people can see that when they're here.
Yes, I think that's exactly right. My full-time gig is more helping creators and musicians and business owners sort of like build and hone their content, but this is truly mine. So it's kind of like I get to scratch that creative itch in a different way and with my own sort of passions and interests. So,
It's absolutely an amazing experience. If you can get down here, again, we're in downtown Columbia at Lime and Loaf. Check out with Chef Carla on Facebook and Instagram, and you can find out when her classes will be. It's an absolute blast, and Adam does such a great job here at Lime and Loaf, and we appreciate him for allowing us to be in here. You can see all of their cool utensils and this retro mixer here with the Smeg brand. It's really a great place. So you guys come out, hang out with us, and we will see you next week, this week in Southern Middle Tennessee.
He shoots, and he scores!
Thomas Drugs, serving our community since the early 1900s. We're a full-service drugstore and soda fountain located in a building on Main Street that is on the National Register of Historic Places. We have a staff of pharmacists with over 70 years of experience, and we are committed to offering the best care and service to our community. We're now offering healthcare testing and treatment with positive results, a one-stop shop. Stop by our pharmacy today or visit our website at thomasdrugs.net.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Here at Rock and Roll Sushi, we're proud to be the original American-style sushi restaurant founded on great food and rock and roll music, boasting concepts and flavors that are big, bold, and loud. We're the only place to experience the rock you love and the rolls you love with the ones you love. Come see for yourself why we're the best sushi experience in town. Find us at 108 Morris Road in Clarksville or visit our website at rockandrollsushi.com.
Welcome back. On Dickson's historic Main Street, you'll find a number of restaurants and shops. One restaurant where you can get fresh fried green tomatoes, homemade pimento and cheese, a darn good burger, and tasty chicken. You have Little Bite of Everything. And I'm here with the owners, those who created Little Bite of Everything here in Dickson. I have Heather and Jeff Maynor. Thank you both so much.
Thanks.
So first off, where did this concept come from?
Well, we just wanted to make as much stuff as fresh as we could. We started off with a sort of a different concept. We actually had cupcakes for a minute, and then they took them away, and everybody freaked out because they were really good. But we decided to go with a southern theme, and that's where pimento cheese comes from. We were already doing mac and cheese, which is very southern, so that's kind of where our concepts come from. We want southern food, and what can we do to implement this into our menu? So.
Absolutely love your menu. Again, from the variety on chicken sandwiches and the burgers, and you have macaroni and cheese bites, like they're deep fried. And who doesn't love something deep fried, you know, every once in a while?
That's literally Southern. Can you get more Southern?
You cannot get more Southern. What about the name, Little Bite of Everything? Who came up with that? Which one?
So he did, but it's actually inspired from my favorite band, Dawes. They have a song called Little Bit of Everything, A Little Bit of Everything. And so he came to me one day about that, and it's a pun on there. So we've seen them countless times.
We love puns.
Yeah.
Dad jokes.
So it fit, and yeah, so it came from a song. It was inspired from a song from our band.
So opened up in 2016. This was not your original location where you are now.
No, we were on East College Street. Very small, 8 tables. 8 tables.
8 tables, I believe it was.
Yeah, but when I say 8 tables, I mean they were. It was like a community table. Yeah, so we outgrew that, and we moved here in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
So outgrowing that, again, you both created this restaurant. You didn't have a restaurant before this, didn't have any sort of shop in any way. How surprised were you that you grew as quickly as you did?
Very surprised.
Thankful.
Yes. Obviously, we just slowly growed. I mean, it was, you know, it's been 7 years, but we can look at our sales and they just trended up and up and up. And of course, we had COVID. And that's caused us to get a lot of DoorDash was just picking up here, so we do a bunch of DoorDash. Nothing like sitting in your living room having people bring it, but it really helped us during COVID.
I can imagine.
DoorDash to get through, because at one point we couldn't do indoor dining. But Dickson was a little looser than some of the bigger cities, so we were able to do not open up too far since then.
And the community was very supportive, supportive.
You have all of these different burgers and chicken sandwiches. Do you taste them first, or do you have your staff taste them just to make sure they have that winning taste that will win people over?
Yeah, we usually start by making it at our house.
Okay.
And going from there. And we will bring some of them, like the ingredients, and have everyone try it. So. Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite sandwich on the menu?
My favorite is mushroom Swiss.
Okay.
Yeah, it's simple, and the maple bacon chicken sandwich I also like. It's really good. So.
Yeah. I really like just our plain cheeseburger, just a good old-fashioned cheeseburger. It's just so good. But I do love our Tex-Mex salad with the jalapeno ranch. That was my creation, and it's to this day one of my favorites.
Oh, Now, do you bread your chicken in-house? Do you do everything here in-house?
Yeah, we get the chicken breasts, they pound them so they're tender for hours. They pound them for it takes hours to do. And then
tenderizing chicken to do,
yeah.
But when you walk in the door, there's no chicken cooked. So sometimes we get a little overwhelmed. Dickson's become very patient with us. Sometimes we take a little longer than we should, but we've got it. We're still a really small place, and our kitchen's not huge. It's not corporate big, and but we get the job done. Or fancy, we get the job done though. But everything's cooked fresh when you come in here, and I think people can tell the difference.
What do you hear from customers when they come in? What have you been hearing throughout the years?
I think one of the biggest things is they do talk about our staff, about how friendly, how welcoming our staff is. We hear that. I get messages almost daily about just an experience a guest had, how welcome they felt, and then of course the food, how good that was. But our staff is just really incredible.
100%. What's been the most challenging?
Also staff. Because it takes a long time to build a really good team. We have one of the best teams, but it took a long time to build, and we still have just a few pieces to fill in, but our staff is incredible, but it did take a long time to build.
It did.
Yeah.
Any advice, I'm going to go ahead and ask this now, and I love asking this of entrepreneurs and, local owners. Any advice that you have for somebody else looking to open a restaurant or a business of any type?
Just, you just don't know what to expect. Whatever you're expecting, make it 10 times harder. It's really difficult. Luckily, we, been married for buku amount of years before we opened this, and raised children, which is also, you never know what to expect. It's very much like raising children. Like you can read books, you can do all this, but once you get in there, it's just, you just have to kind of fly by the seat of your pants till you figure some stuff out, and that's kind of what we did. And because we're married and we make a great team, it helped out, so.
This morning, we're going to try one of your burgers. I get to see how it's prepped and put together. I love this part, and then I get to try it at the end. It's my favorite. What are we making? What are we making today?
We're making a southern burger, what we call. It's just a burger. We cook it fresh, and then bread of fried green tomato, put that on it, and then we put our house-made pimento cheese on it. And that's our classic pimento cheese, which we have currently 5 different pimento cheeses.
One is a special.
I know of 2, so the classic and the white.
We have the classic, the white cheddar ranch, the jalapeno pimento cheese, what we call Sunday pimento cheese, and then we have currently a Nashville hot pimento cheese that goes on our special that we're having called the 615 sandwich, which also has bacon jam on it, which we got a couple hours that goes on. So we make that in-house too. So.
That sounds amazing. And you have some wonderful desserts. What do you have dessert-wise?
We have our hot fudge cake, our strawberry fields cake, which is kind of a hot fudge but with vanilla and strawberries instead. And then we've always had our brookie. It's a brownie cookie dish that we make here in-house, and our banana cheesecake. Yeah.
And your hot fudge sundae. That was my mom's favorite.
Oh, the hot fudge cake?
The hot fudge cake. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
the ooey gooey, the fudge and the ice cream. So good. Thanks so much for being here and joining us for Mornings on Main Street today. And you know what? Friday the 13th makes me think of I'm just going to leave you with that. Hopefully you guys enjoy a fun and fantastic festive weekend. Be safe if you're getting out and about. We look forward to seeing you back here on Monday morning.